Welcome back, guys. Hope you're all having a great day. Let's get into some charts. Now, let's kick off with the Bitcoin chart. As you can see, we're on the monthly time frame. We've got 10 hours and 33 minutes left to the monthly closure. As you can see here, we have this bearish engulfing candle on the monthly. Now, does that look bullish to you guys? I don't think so. Yeah, this to me looks like it's going to retest this area here of 33. You can see right there 33k, and then eventually I just believe we're just going to be tumbling down from here down to 30k. Could we see a bounce from there? Potentially, but in all honesty, I just think we're going to be moving and heading down. And you can see here how I've got this trend line marked up. You can see, make it a bit clearer. I've got this trend line marked up, and you can see where areas of where it's reject or is bounced off this trend line. Just make it a bit clearer. So you can see here we've had this drive. So back here was the 2017 bull run, and then we came down. December was the peak, 2017 into 2018, and then we had a kind of like a mini rally, which peaked out at around June 2019, and then we had so we had another little bullish rally in February 2019, which peaked out in June 2019, and then we had this. I think this was the C virus. The C virus made us come back down towards 3k. So you can see multiple times where this trend line is being respected. Now, here we've obviously the beginning of, well, at this C virus dip, this is where we pushed back up, and this was the beginning of the bull run, which went into 2021 and 2022. Here, you can see we've had the double top, where Bitcoin eventually peaked out at around 69k. So in all honesty, I believe that we could potentially move all the way back down towards this trend line once again, which would roughly bring us to 10k. I mean, we could even see a spike all the way through that towards 8k. I'm not going to rule that out. I mean, the low, even if we move that, this the C virus low is roughly around 3k, call it 4k. We could even reach back down to that level. You know, we could spike down towards there before we do get an eventual move back up to retest all-time highs and potentially move to what everyone wanted in the beginning, was 100k. So that, let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think? Do you think that's, you know, out of the realm of possibilities? I don't. I want you to take a screenshot. Yeah, take a screenshot of that, and we'll come back to it, yeah, in due course, in due time. Now, looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, I have been saying that I would like to see a break above roughly 41k, break above 41k for potential move back up into this 45k region before we do get a move back down. But it doesn't seem like the bulls we've got any legs to push this market up. So I mean, we could just potentially just tumble from here. we break below 37,700, then we could potentially continue moving down to take out 33k. So two scenarios for Bitcoin at the moment. I mean, I'm not really, I mean, it's in a no trade zone for me personally until we do break out either side of this sort of range here. But overall market structure is bearish and we are moving down, guys. Next up, we got Aetherium. Now, I haven't changed this chart one bit, and the first target has been reached. $2,800 has been tapped already, guys. And, you know, I can see 2,400 and eventually 1,850 or 1,800 will likely follow. So I'm not going to, you know, go into detail on this one. You can see the writings there on the wall, plain and simple, that we should be heading down towards those targets. Kudos to any of you guys that got in this area. If you notice this area of imbalance, this fair value gap, kudos to you. Next up, we got XRP. Now, XRP has been just dwindling down, guys, since I stated that we could potentially move up in towards $1, but we failed to break above this area and we created a double top, and it's just been dwindling down ever since. And I've stated before, the targets that I was looking for is 50 cents and 45 cents. Back into this area here, this order block, you can see that there's a lot of liquidity line below here. We've got equal lows down here also. So I do believe that this is just going to continue just falling down, guys. If we drop down to the daily, you can see that we've taken out this low here. So we could potentially see a move back up in towards this area of 75 before we do get a continuation back down. Or 73 to 75 cents before we do get a continuation back down, potentially. But in all honesty, I think it's just gonna have a nasty drop, to be honest with you. But if we do get a move up into these areas or even higher, then it'd be another shorting opportunity, in my opinion, to take this market back down towards this blue zone of 50 to 45 cents. Xlm Stellar Lumens, similar sort of well, it does kind of follow XRP kind of, but we've got a similar sort of pattern, you could say, or market structure, you could say, where prices just would try to push higher, fail to do so, and it's just dwindling down. I mean, wouldn't call this a double top. I mean, we've got a high here and created a lower high here, indicating that the bears are still in control and is trying to push this market down. So target, like I stated before, is still 0.16 for the short term, and then we could potentially move back down towards 0.088 cents. We could move back down to potentially, as we do have an area here, bit of liquidity down this area also, so we could see something like that for Xlm. We drop down in the daily time frame, you can see sort of similar to XRP. It's just that we've had a lower low instead of having a double top. But yeah, price is just moving down, guys. Nothing too exciting here. Looking at XDC now, XDC is interesting because I've noticed back a few months ago, this is on the monthly chart, that we've already come back down towards this low of 4 cents, and we started to find some support. Created a doji, then we've had another doji, and now we've got a candle closure on the monthly, which is looking very bullish to me. So XDC is very interesting, guys. I mean, it looks like it could be gearing up for a move higher. in all honesty. I mean, I know it's just had the uphold listing on yeah, uphold, so could be, you know, that could be the catalyst for it to move higher. I mean, we found we've got some resistance here at 6 cents, but if we do see a break above here and we could probably find some support, then I do believe we could possibly move. We've got this area of 9 cents, and then we could move into 10 cents to retest this area, this high here. Draw it out. You see here, this high. Obviously, we've got another high here, but I think this high here, or maybe could just spike into 11 cents potentially. So, drop down to the daily time frame. You can see here at this 6 cents area, it's just tapped it perfectly, and it's having a rejection, just forming a nice shooting star candle. So, I mean, we could possibly move down from here, but if we don't, and we get a nice break above, like I stated, then we could see some upside for XDC. Onto Algorand. Now you can see on the monthly that this is looking horrible. That's a very strong bearish monthly candle, taking out the lows of 68 cents, roughly around here. We could draw that out. So we've broken down below these lows. We could be heading down towards this area here. Change that to blue. I mean, we could be moving back down towards 30 cents, guys, for Algorand, as this would be the next area of support, or maybe even, sorry, we've got 50 cents also, but I would say 30 cents would be the bottom for Algorand. But if we look at the weekly, well, we do have a bit of support here also, which lines up with 60, yeah, with the 68 area, which is starting to break down now. So potentially, yeah, I think it's going to be between 40 cents and 30 cents would be potential target for Algorand if we do see a continuation to the downside. Or we have a bit of support here at 50 cents, may possibly also here, yeah. So yeah, 50 to 30% range, I'd say, for Algorand, if we do see a continuation, which is most likely to be happening. You know, something like that could play out, and then we could just see a move back up and just be ranging potentially, as you know, go into that accumulation phase before we do get another bull market, whenever that comes, who knows. So yeah, guys, I think that'll do Algorand. Next up, looking at Quant. Now Quant has had a huge drop from $430 down to $100, guys. Wow, like, if you didn't get out by here or take profits around this area, then you know you're holding the bag right now. I mean, it is at lows now, so I mean we could see a bounce from here, you know, back up into this area, maybe 250. But I mean, will that come? You know, everyone's hoping for alt season. Could happen. But go down to the weekly, you can see that I had this area marked out of $92. I think I said it on the last video, the last breakdown, and we've tapped into that perfectly. If we go to the daily, we'll be able to see it clearly. You can see here we've tapped into that perfectly, $92, and it's starting to have a bit of a bounce. But I think we could see a potential move lower to take out this low here of 83 and then potentially into this blue zone where a lot of this bull run started from Quant. You can see here, could see a potential move back into this $75 region. But I think, yeah, that would be the, I mean, but as your dollar cost average into this, I mean, around these areas will be, you know, a good area to start to accumulate. So we could see something like this potentially for Quant. But yeah, guys, I think next stop's gonna be $70 or $80 for Quant. Next up, we got a Sandbox. Some of you that follow me, you've seen this chart before. I haven't changed it, I haven't altered it, and it's just played out, or was playing out perfectly. You can see we got a nasty bearish engulfing candle on the monthly. If we drop down to the weekly, you can see the weekly is looking nasty also. And I had this area at the top here marked out for potential short area. If we go to the daily, you can see it a bit more clearly. So you can see here, this was the daily fair value gap I had marked out as we broke below this area and broke this area of support, this market structure here, and that formed, had this fair value gap, which price came into just about tapped this on the wick and then broke down, and we're taking out these equal lows here. So I mean, there you have it, guys. I gave you the trade, and that's how it played. It played out perfectly. But now we're going to be moving into this area. You can see there's another area here that we could be moving into. $2, and then I think eventually we're gonna end up back down towards $1 and maybe capitulate down to 80 cents. This is the area of support here. Draw that out. Yeah, 85 cents. We could see Sandbox move all the way back down towards. So yeah, guys, I mean, the way I look at the charts, I try to keep it minimalistic as possible. I like to just read off price action. That's it. I see a lot of people's charts have got all these indicators and, you know, all these RSIs and MACDs. I mean, I'm not knocking them. Like, I've seen there's a lot of great traders out there that use indicators. But me personally, I like to keep it simple and read the price action, and then I can understand what's going on. Looking at Mana, Mana's already hit the projected target that I had for Mana at $1.65. If we do see any more downside, I think we're going to see a bit of a bounce, and then we could see a continuation, and the next target would be $1, roughly around here. $1.09. If we drop to the daily, okay, let's see how the market is just dwindling down, guys. The liquidity is getting pulled out of the market. So yeah, I think we could just see something like that. Something like that could play out for Mana. If we do get a bit of a rally back up into these highs, maybe into the $2.50, $2.5, $2.50. As I could briefly, I can see a bit of a area of imbalance right here. You know, maybe. But if I want me to do a deeper dive on Mana and Sand, I will in a different video, guys. Just give you a brief outlook on what I'm seeing in the markets, and you know, it is looking very bearish, but I think we could see some opportunities for some pullbacks and then continuations back down to even lower prices. I got time for one more, guys. Solana. Now, I've had this area marked out before and it just came up, tapped into it perfectly, and now it is just heading down. Next up is $61, guys. Yeah, that is where Solana is heading. And if we do get a capitulation moment, then we could be heading all the way back down to $18, maybe even lower. If we look on the daily, you can see on the daily where price is just still hasn't, you know, we've got this low here of $75, so we still haven't taken that out yet. But I think that's where price is heading, guys. All the way back down towards here. Down to $75 and then $61 potentially for Solana. That is where we are heading. Go to the 8 hours, have a look. A bit more close. I mean, yeah, guys. Wanted to get in on an opportunity for this. I mean, I'll be looking at something around this area. Somewhere to get in for a short. You know, something like a drive up into this area of $90, $98. Maybe even 100, spike up into that, and then continuation back down towards $75. Take out that low, take out this low here. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you today, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. If you want some more breakdowns or analysis, join my Patreon group. Not only will you get the market breakdowns, you'll also get into the Telegram group also, where I share a lot more analysis and breakdowns of these crypto charts. But with that being said, hope you have a great weekend, and I'll get back to you guys soon. If you're interested in staying up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post new videos every day and you don't want to miss out. Just click the subscribe button on my channel page and you'll be all set. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. I'm always happy to help out. Thanks again for your support, and I can't wait to keep bringing you new and exciting content.